What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Gnome, and today we're going to be taking a look at Greninja EX, which is a card I really like and a deck that I have a ton of fun playing, and so any excuse to play it is going to be a good enough one for me. And with the introduction of Budew being in every deck, it actually makes this deck a lot better, not only being able to utilize it, but how it's kind of changed the game around a little bit. Because the game is a lot slower, and so it's made a lot of people run Grand Tree. We are going to be running it ourselves, and so it helps us, but if our opponent's playing it, that also helps us. But more importantly than that, we actually get to utilize Lost City, because once we're set up, and we can do that pretty quickly, we can utilize double colorless and one water energy in order to use Greninja's other attack, which is the Mirage Barrage, where we discard 2 energies from this Pokemon, and we deal 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. In this case, we'll be doing 100 because of the double colorless. But this is totally fine, because we play a much slower game state than we used to. And so, without a bunch of rare candies running around and all that kind of stuff, we get to have the Lost City down, and where we can snipe out things like Charmander, Duskull, Dreepies, even like Dracolox and all that kind of stuff, or Dracloak, sorry. But yeah, so the whole thing is that we can just kind of manipulate the board a lot and be really, really aggressive where other decks kind of can't. We can bypass our low damage numbers on Shinobi Blade with the Curse Blast from our Dusknoir, as well as kind of clean up prize cards with that as well. And we do run a copy of Briar just to make sure that we are, you know, being able to close out games that could be a little closer than we'd want them to be. We have the Colress Tenacity to set up our Grand Tree double colorless combo, or our Lost City Mirage Barrage combo, like all that kind of stuff. We'll be able to search out. We do have the Rotom V with the Seal Stone, as well as the Pidgeot, and the ability to item lock our opponent as well. So this deck is just super versatile. It can do a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, I've been really, really enjoying it. I think it's really strong, but be sure to let me know what you guys think of the list, any changes that you'd make. Before we get into the games, though, I want to give a special shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. It really does mean a lot, and it goes a long way, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, for everybody else, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and also just check to see if you are subscribed, because I've been getting a lot of messages recently of people saying that they are subbed, or they thought they were subbed, but they actually weren't until they checked. So if you think you fall into that category, just go ahead and look. But yeah, outside of that, be sure to let me know what you think of the list and what you would want to see next on the channel, and I will see you guys in game number 1 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1. Our opponent's going to be going first. We open our Budew and Pidgey. Unfortunately, our hand is really, really bad, so this isn't great. If we top deck Arven, it could be better. But conveniently, we will be able to start item locking, and our opponent opened Hawlucha, which they definitely didn't want to do, so maybe their hand is also bad. But like, if we can top deck, even an Iono would be fine by us, to be honest. Oh, okay, it's Dracopult. Or not Dracopult, Regidrago. Them getting the Kyurem out of their hand on turn 1 is pretty sad to see, but it's okay. We know one of their other cards is a Fire Energy. No, we don't want an Iono, but we would love an Arven. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab these, I guess. That way we can at least get Pidgeot on the next turn. I guess I probably shouldn't have played that. Just in the random case that out of the couple cards they have, there's something they can utilize. But I mean, that's unfortunate. Zendipity. Ogerpon. That can allow them to draw. But they are item locked. We'll be able to get Pidgeot EX from there. I think we go probably Arven. Use Arven to get ourselves Buddy Poffin and maybe like Evolution. Buddy Poffin for like double Froakie. Because I don't think they're running any stadiums that'll really matter. Put an energy down onto one of the Froakies. Look to Mirage Barrage, the Pheasantipity, and the Regidrago. Just try to get that to a point that we'll be able to knock it out a little bit easier. Double colorless is nice. Make ourselves Pidgeot EX. This is the thing with Budew is like it does allow you to play out a slower game, which is dramatically important, especially when you're so behind, because our hand was borderline unplayable. We'll take the Seal Stone just in case. Go double Froakie. Energy down. Itchy Pollen. And then on the next turn, what we'll be able to do is Grand Tree, make Greninja, bring Greninja in, go Mirage Barrage onto the Regidrago and the Pheasantipity, while also using Pidgeot to search ourselves out another Buddy Poffin. Use that to get like one more Froakie and a Dusclops. Or sorry, a Duskull. So we can start to build into Dusknoir. Alright. Our play is still exactly the same. Except it's not. I just realized that our Greninjas are in hand. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Go Iono. Put those back into the deck. Nest Ball Dusclops. Now we can Grand Tree. And go Greninja. Because they're both in our hand, so we had to reshuffle those. And now from here, I will go Mirage Barrage. To weaken those. Just putting them in range that on the next turn I can go Boss's Orders, knock this out. Do you get the energy switch? If they use the Kyurem, we'll be okay, though. Because it'll just cost so many energy for them to take the 3 prize cards. We knock out the Regidrago after. They won't have a way to, like, rebuild. So it'll put us a little bit behind temporarily, but I don't think it'll be that bad. And if they don't Kyurem, they shouldn't be able to knock out Greninja. Unless, again, they go Raging Bolt, where, like, they overcommit all their energies. Plus, they have to get Raging Bolt in the discard pile. They could go Dracopult as well if they can get that into the discard pile and knock out the Duskull. That would actually be annoying. I don't really care about losing any of this. Okay, that works really well. Because the whole goal here is that I knock this out while using the Dusknoir to finish off the Fezandipity. Like, that's the outcome we want. They attach an energy retreat. Bring this in. Ultra Ball for Dusknoir. As long as we don't see the Dragapult here. Okay, so they have another Ultra Ball. They already used 3, though. Why did they do that? Okay. That's a little confusing to me, but I'm fine with it. Grab another Rare Candy. Use that to make our next Greninja. We'll go Pokestop here. That's fine. We'll keep the Night Stretcher. We'll go Curse Blast. Getting rid of the Fezandipity. Even up our prize cards. And then we'll go Super Rod. Put all that back in the deck. Go Shinobi Blade. Where we grab another Duskull. Alright, cool. So, now that we actually have Briar, if they knock this out, go down to 2, we could look for a knockout on this Hawlucha with a Briar. Get rid of the Giratina. We search for Dragapult. Regidrago V-Star. Okay. Never mind, we just bossed the Squawkabilly. Yeah, it's pretty much just going to be the play. Unless... The only other outcome is, like, if they knock this out and knock out the Froakie, then we bring in Greninja, search out an energy, go Counter Catcher, pull up Hawlucha, drop Briar. Oh, wait. No, they'd be they'd be down to 1 prize card. Never mind. Apex Dragon here for what? Not really sure why they played the Squawkabilly down. That's a huge mistake on their part. There's the Drakefult. 82, we bring Greninja in. And then from here, we... Oh, it's resistant by 30. So we're actually going to be short damage. How do we want to play this then? Is there any outcome that we need to be, like, worried about? They could... Yeah, I guess if they have boss, we lose anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Because they just boss up the Pidgeot. But there's two... There's already 2 boss in the discard. They already used Legacy Star. Alright. Well, it's Apex Dragon. Yeah, there's nothing they can do. I don't think. 280, yeah. Alright, that's gonna be the game. Very close in a weird way. Definitely would want to review this one. I feel like there's definitely some things I could have done better. But in this case, our opponent, out of options, we're just going to pass turn and win the game because they ran out of cards. I think item locking them early really hurt them, and getting rid of the bosses early was kind of a mistake because it came down to I think that they just ran out of options. I don't think they played the counter catcher, and so because of that, they were just in a position where there wasn't really much they could do. I don't think bossing there actually ended up mattering, but I just had to kind of play for something. But yeah, that's going to be game number 1, and we'll jump into game number 2 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 2. Our opponent's going to be going first. We are going to have to mulligan, but they are as well. They will get to see what we're playing, but maybe we'll get to see what they're playing as well. We are going to have to mulligan again. We just see Duskull Rare Candies, but we're going to assume it's Charizard, just because, you know, the ladder is what it is. This is okay. We do have the Buddy Poffin as well as the Nest Ball. Rare Candy as well. We see a Rotom, Pidgey, and Duskull, which, you know, implies Charmander. There it is. Instant charge. We'll go Buddy Poffin. I think what we want to do is we can set up our own yeah, I have to do this just in case our Froakie gets knocked out in the active. Like, if they go Rare Candy Charizard on the next turn, we kind of have to be prepared for that. I'm gonna boss trap this up. Okay, cool. We have the Arven now, so we can go Ultra Ball for Rare Candy, or sorry, we can go Ultra Ball, get ourselves the Pidgeot off the Ultra Ball, Rare Candy to that, grab ourselves the other Rare Candy, make Greninja. If we can then use Seal Stone to get ourselves the double colorless, use the double colorless to knock out Charmander and the Duskull. Yeah, that would be totally fine. They have the Seal Stone. The main thing is that the Charizard is trapped in the active right now, and we can just assume they don't play any... Okay, so they go Rare Candy, that protects this. They can go triple energy to retreat out the Charizard. They don't do that, so this is stuck. That still works for me, because the outcome is going to be the same. We're going to grab Ultra Ball, Seal Stone, go Ultra Ball, get rid of this, and we'll get rid of the Budew. Use that to grab ourselves Pidgeot, Rare Candy for that, Quick Search, not for that. For Rare Candy, there it is. Make Rare Candy, place this down, and then what we'll do is go Star Alchemy here. Star Alchemy for the double turbo energy. Place the double turbo. Go Mirage Barrage. Putting that there. And yeah, that was dumb. Should have just knocked out the Duskull. We still can. The whole thing is that I just want to prep this so that way I can go de-evolution later. Dusknoir. the main thing here is that they can't really get rid of the Charizard. And we can go Mirage Barrage again on the next turn. We actually get the boss's orders. That's pretty nice. So we can retrap this if they pick it up and put it back down. The Iono's fine with us. Because we're really just looking for De-Evolution or Double Colorless. Which we do get the De-Evo. We'll go search out Double Colorless again. So we'll go Nest Ball here for a Duskull. Nest Ball again. We'll go Pidgey here. I just want to make sure we have... we don't have another Double Colorless. That does make things a little bit worse. And man, I am making a ton of misplays right now. I didn't mean to click that. Iono ourselves at this point. Alright, cool. We would go Nest Ball, grab ourselves Froakie. Get rid of TM Evo. I'm going to attach another energy. Actually, I'm going to go just like that. We'll go De-Evolution. Picking up the Charizard. Knocking out the Pidgey. Keeping them trapped here. If I can get the Double Colorless here, awesome. Because I can go Mirage Barrage on the next turn, provided they don't have Rare Candy Charizard again, knock out the Charmander and the Duskull, and be in a great position. And they don't have Pidgeot to search out for a new Rare Candy. They could have, obviously, have like Arven or pretty much anything else, but it does help us for right now. If they replace the Pidgey, then we do Mirage Barrage onto the Charmander and the Pidgey. We lose that on the Double Colors, but we do have Pidgeot to search it. Ultra Ball. What does they pick up with the Arven? Okay, there's Rare Candy's art again. Infernal Rain. Are they just going to get rid of all their energy? No. If they don't have a way to pick this up, we can just win the game. We go Instant Charge. Rare Candy of our own. I don't really need that. I think from here we Quick Search. Grab ourselves the Duskull. Yeah. I think that's fine to just play this out slowly. I'll put one more energy onto this. Go Instant Charge myself. Cool, so I can go Frogadier here. On the next turn, go Mirage Barrage. They've already used 3 Rare Candy. I'm not really expecting another one. At least not on this turn. Here's the Arven. Because pretty much what my play from here is going to be is that on the upcoming turn, I retreat this out by searching out like Turos. Pick this up, bring in Greninja, place the energy down, go Mirage Barrage, knock out the Pidgey and the Dusclops. Brings me down to 2 prizes, and then from there I can just get rid of the Charizard by just brute forcing it down. So we'll search out our scenario. Picking up the Rotom, bring this in. We go Mirage. Knocking this out. Knocking this out. And honestly, I can do the same thing. Because we've seen that they cannot get this Charizard out of the active. And by placing Lumineon, even if they search out the Turos here, it's got to be prized. There's no way. I have to assume that the scenario is prized. And that's their only, like, switch card. And so playing this down early, like, it's such a liability. Because we would have just bossed it again at that point. If they, like, ever play it down. I guess the other outcome... Yeah, they have to just concede. The other outcome would be that if they Infernal Rained earlier, to put 3 energy onto it, retreated it out, they could have maybe been able to play, but I think they just got pretty unlucky with the Turo scenario being in the prize cards, or they just are playing poorly, like they don't have it in their deck, and so they just list built pretty poorly, but there's really no way to know. We have to just kind of assume, I guess. But yeah, that's going to be game number 2, and which was a pretty easy one because we were just able to trap it, and we can ignore the active pretty easily. This is how, like, kind of crazy it was. I played that matchup super poorly, and just because of, like, the versatility and the fact that they couldn't move that out of the active, we just still had a way to win. But yeah, that's going to be game number 2, and we'll jump into game number 3 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3, and our opponent's going to be going first. We open Duskull. We do have Sacred Tree as well as Rare Candy, which is not too bad for us. We do have an Arven as well. We can honestly get a little aggressive, depending on what our opponent's playing and how they open. You see more Pico. That's interesting. Since what our plays here are is, like, we can go Arven for... Oh, okay, they're playing United Wings. The Morpeko is interesting because you can discard your United Wings cards easier that way. That's actually pretty smart. That means we probably don't care about going like Budew. Because I don't think item locking United Wings is going to matter. Snack Sneak to get rid of the Wattrel. They go Manaphy for the bench barrier. Pretty smart on their part. We'll go Nest Ball for Rotom. Then go Arven for Buddy Poffin Sealstone. Go Buddy Poffin for both of these. Attach the Sealstone. Energy. Instant charge. Having the Briar for later is going to be pretty nice. The main thing now is just knocking out this Manaphy to allow us to go Mirage Barrage and take 2 prizes when we want to. On the next turn, we can go Grand Tree, get ourselves Pidgeot EX. We'll Rare Candy, make Greninja, Pidgeot EX for Boss's Orders to pull up the Manaphy. Or even Counter Catcher. Like, we can go Arven for Counter Catcher. Since they're gonna knock this out. Bring up the Froakie. We'll go Grand Tree. Make Pidgeotto. Pidgeot EX. Use Pidgeot EX. For counter. Rare Candy Greninja. Go Nest Ball to make ourselves another Greninja for later. Place this down. Go Arven. Grab these. And then what I want to do is get my Duskull prepared. So that way I can Dusknoir this down if they reset it. Yeah, I'm going to go Lost City next turn as well. Because if I can go Lost City to either A, remove the Manaphy permanently, which would be nice, but also to get some of these in the Lost Zone rather than the discard pile, just to help cut down damage as much as possible. That will be very helpful. Because in theory, I can take 3 prizes next turn. While minimizing damage. They choose to get rid of the double colorless. That's interesting. Great Ball for another Murkrow. Double colorless to the Flamigo. Yep. Alright, that's going to be game. More or less. Because we can go Grand Tree here. Make the Dusknoir. Use Dusknoir. Curse Blast. Get rid of that. We give up 1 prize, but that's fine. We get a prize card of our own. Then what we can do is play down the Lost City. Go Arven for Super Rod TM Devo. Super Rod, all these back in. Go Nest Ball for another Duskull. Quick Search for the Double Turbo. And then from here, we go Mirage Barrage, knocking out this and the Ditto. Sending both of them to the Lost Zone. So the Ditto can't be recovered later, and the Murkrow being in the Lost Zone just makes it a little bit easier for us. It will cut down the damage that they are able to do a little bit. Makes it so it can't be recovered as easily. They shouldn't be able to knock us out on the upcoming turn either. So we can just start to build up a new Greninja. Or even potentially, if we have a second Double Turbo, which I don't remember if we have or not, we'll just search that out and knock out the bench again. The boss's orders doesn't matter. Because we also have Briar. So if they switch, knock out the Rotom, then we just drop Briar. Because they'll be at 2 prize cards. Bring in Greninja and go Shinobi Blade. And since we have Pidgeot EX, we'll pretty much be good to go. No matter what. The Legacy Energy doesn't matter because we're just going to avoid it. Play this. Grab our Double Turbo again. Play this down. Mirage Barrage to the active and the Ditto. And it's just that easy. And then, again, with Lost City, we're just getting rid of all this stuff anyway. But, yeah, that's going to be game number 3. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed the video. I love playing this deck. It's a ton of fun. One of my favorites. Greninja, also just super sick Pokemon. Top 10 of all time. And, yeah, definitely very, very versatile. I think that's one of the best things about this deck is, like, there's almost no matchups that are completely unwinnable. There are definitely hard ones, like I would say Gardevoir is very difficult just because you get hit for weakness, and so that's pretty rough. But outside of that, there's really no, like, unwinnable matchups, and you kind of benefit from the slower pace that the game's in right now. It's definitely a great time to be a Greninja player, for sure. But, yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And let me know what you want to see in the next video. And, yeah, peace.